Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with my first Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report, and it's been a very long time that I didn't play Warhammer Fantasy. I'm going to do a battle report on 1000 points battle where I play against with my Bretonnian against Wood Elves. Have to say that also the Wood Elf player is quite new in Warhammer Fantasy, so if there are some mistakes or some rules that are not used correctly, please give the comment and we will improve. And now let's go to the battle report. So the scenario we are going to play is Battleline. We play for the basic scenario. We didn't want to add any additional strategy there. And as well, all this terrain that you will see, we don't use magical terrain or special terrain. We are going to use woods and ruins without any other effect. And this is the Wood Elves list. So he has a Spell Singer level 2 as a general, 12 Glade Guard, 15 Druids, 2 units of 8 Deepwood Scouts, and 1 Treeman. And the arrows he has is the one that is have no penalties on shooting. Then the one of the Deepwood Scouts have the poison attacks, and the other one have the -3 to armor saves. From my side, in Bretonnia, I have a Damsel level 2 with a Dispel Scroll that is going to be as well my general. Then I have a Paladin that is a mandatory battle standard beer with a Barded Bretonnian horse and Downstone, Beating Blade, and Enchanted Shield. Then we have a unit of 8 Knights of the Realm with the standard of the Swiftness, 9 Knights of the Realm with the standard of the Discipline, 20 Peasants, Bowmen, and 3 Pegasus. The idea is to put the Damsel in the Bowmen unit and to put the Battle Standard Beer in the unit of 8 Knights. And now let's go to the deployment. I have to say that I forgot my camera when I went to the game, and I do all my pictures with my phone camera. Also to say that the table in that case is 4x4, is not 6x4. We are playing in the Games Workshop on Brussels and the tables are 4x4, but for 1000 points I think that the size of the table is good enough. So what you can see here is the deployment before deploying the scouts. So the scouts are not deployed yet. Of the Wood Elves, he deployed the Glade Guard on the hill, and then in the middle the Dryads and the 3 men next to the Dryads. From my side, I deployed the Pegasus to the left flank, and then in the middle I deployed the unit with the BSB, and then the unit of Bowmen with the Damsel, and the other unit of Knights to my right flank. As I explained before, all the terrain here, the woods and the ruins, are just dangerous terrain for chivalry, and the ruins are giving heavy cover and the woods are giving light cover. And then he deployed the scouts, and he deployed the scouts quite ahead of his lines. So one of Scout's units is facing my Pegasus, and the other Scout's unit is on the other flank facing my cavalry. So I get the first turn, then I start moving, so I will not have the protection of the lady because I didn't wait to pray for the protection, but I think at the end it works in my favor. So what I did in my right flank, I moved the cavalry just in front of the scouts, and on my left flank I declare a charge. He decided to run away, so I did a failed charge, and the units of scouts are running away. In the shooting, between the magical and the shooting phase, I just kill one scout on the unit that you can see in the picture, and nothing else to share on the first turn of Bretonnia. We go now to the first turn of Wood Elf. He rallied with the scouts that were running away, and then he decided to move ahead with the 3 men and the Dryads, as you can see, with the arrows. So try to face my 2 blocks of cavalry of Knights of the Realm. In the shooting, I think he didn't manage to kill any of my knights. No, yeah, he killed just one knight on the unit at my right, and then he used the spell to um, how it's called, resurrect the killed um, wooden elf. I forgot to mention that his level 2 will have life, and I decided to have beast on my level 2 sorcerer. And then in my turn 2, I declare a charge with my knights to the scouts that were in the forest. He decided to run away, but I catch him. So I destroy the unit and I reform, as you can see in the picture, in the way that I'm on the blind angle of the three men. So I'm there on the flank. I just change formation, and then I back up a little bit with the other unit of knights to be far and make the charge from the three men, in case he wants to charge me, more difficult. I have to say that I don't have a clear solution to kill the three man, because the 5 wounds and the toughness 6 is not easy to overcome. On the other flank, I declare again a charge with my Pegasus to the unit of scouts. This time he decided to stand and shoot. The shooting didn't do any damage on my Pegasus, but I failed the charge, so I just move a little bit ahead. I also decided to move my unit a little bit ahead, and then in the magic phase, I use the Amber Spear on the Dryads, and I kill 2 of the Dryads, and then I use the Savage Beast of Horrors on the unit of Knights that you see here, in case it's receiving the charge from the 3 men. Now we go to the second turn of the Wood Elf. In that flank he shoots the Glade Guard and the Scouts on my Pegasus, killing one of the Pegasus, especially with the arrows that give -3 to my save. And then on this flank he decides to turn the 3 man against my cavalry, and he have a shooting weapon that is d6 shots at the strength 5, and he killed, I think, was 2 or 3 of my knights. And then on the magic phase, he tried to resurrect some dryads, but I managed to dispel the spell. And we go into turn 3. So what I decide to do here is I will, with the knights that were facing the 3 men, and I go. First I check leadership, so I was able to march, and I decide to escape from the front of the 3 men and went to try to haunt the Glade Guard with the Sorcerer. So the objective is to attack the rearward of the Wood Elf and try to kill the bunker of the general, and then the Pegasus on the left flank managed to assault the scouts. I also move this block of knights in front of the Dryads, and the idea is I will receive the charge, so I will not take the bonus, but I will try to use the Savage Beast of Horrors to compensate that. So at least I will give +3 strength and +3 attacks to them. Here a picture how the Pegasus charge on the scouts, and here another picture how the knights are flanking and going to the backward of the Wood Elves. So the idea there is that the Pegasus managed to kill the scouts and then can move, then the can pursue and tied in combat the unit of Glade Guard. Here what I was explaining, I try to boost the character, so the Gaillard in the unit to have more attacks and try to compensate in the close combat that is coming, and then I use the bowman at the backward, so I'm moving them ahead to to ensure that the spell is in range of the Gaillard. Here the Pegasus managed to overrun the Scouts, and I died in combat with the Glade Guard, losing one of the knights of the Pegasus Knights in the process. So we go to the turn 3 of Wood Elf, and as expected, the Dryads charge onto my knights, and then the 3 men just will to shoot to my knights. Here I was expecting maybe more pressure on my knights and try to also put the 3 men there in the next turn, but my opponent decided to turn the 3 men and try to shoot to the knights that are flanking them. Here just to show that the 3 men is turning, and now he's going to do the shooting, and I think the shooting this time didn't manage to kill any of my knights. I think he did about 2 shots, and then I armor saved them. Here an overview at the end of the turn 3 of the Wood Elf. Again he tried to resurrect some of the Dryads, and this time I used the Dispel Scroll to avoid that. That way I don't want I want to see if my knights can manage to break the Dryads. And then in the close combat phase, the Dryads, I think I only managed to do 1 wound onto my knights, and then I managed to do several wounds on the Dryads. I won, but they get stuck in combat. They pass the leadership test, and then on the other side, the Glade Guard didn't manage to do a single wound on my knight. I did several wounds on the Wood Elf, but they are stand fast, so they stay in combat. Then we go in the turn 4 of Bretonnia, and I charge with my knights on the flank of the Glade Guard. And at the magic phase, again I cast the Savage on the Gaillard there, fighting the Dryads. And I keep I did the rest of the shooting on the 3 men, but as I was expecting, the bows didn't do any type of damage to the 3 men. Another picture here showing the combat between the knights and the Dryads. And then at the end of the combat phase, first we did the combat between the Glade Guard and the Pegasus and the Knights. I break them, and then the Pegasus chase and pursue and catch them in the persecution. I restrain with my knights, and I reform, as you can see, facing the 3 men, and the other block of knights also break the Dryads. I tried to pursue them, but I didn't catch them, and they pass through my unit, as you can see there. So the Dryads now are running away and at the back of my units of knights. Also in the previous turn, I tried to use the Amber Lance on the 3 men, but he saved with the 6 war save, so I didn't do any other damage. And in the turn 4 of the Wood Elf, the Dryads rally, and the 3 men try to charge the knights that were with the BSB, but he was short in the charge. He needed a 6 and he rolled a 5. Then in the turn 5 of my of Bretonnia, I reposition all my units, so I back up with this block of knights. As you can see, the knights that were facing the 3 men just ran away to be out of the charge. So here I'm more trying to avoid to have any charge from the 3 men and try to keep the points that and the advantage they have. And out of this picture, I reposition the Pegasus in order that he can charge or support the unit in case I want to charge the Dryads. Here another picture, you can see that the block of knights with the BSB just ran out of this of the front of the 3 man. I used my movement to go away. I passed the leadership, and then I was able to march. And then you see the Pegasus is repositioning. Only have 1 wound, so I will charge in case I have some clear charge. If not, I will keep him. I will try to keep him alive. Another overview of the turn 5 of Bretonnia. Then I use the shooting on the 3 men, but I didn't manage to do a single wound on him. I use again the amber lance, but I didn't manage um, to do a wound neither. On the turn 6, the Dryads just keep there on the hill. He didn't move them ahead, and then the 3 man just turned to face my knights for the turn 6 of Wood Elves. So in my turn 6, I tried to do a double charge on the Dryads. The purpose was to take this block of cavalry out of the charge angle of the 3 men, and then I use the Pegasus in the flank in case I'm failing with the knights, at least to see if I can make run away the Dryads and get also these points. I also turn the other block of knights to face the 3 men in case just as end move, and I move a little bit my bowmen to be in range of the savage. I use savage again on the units of knights in case the 3 man is coming to these knights to see if I can do some damage to the 3 man, but I don't think I will be able to kill him if he's deciding to charge. And here the Dryads did 2 wounds to my knight, but I was lucky enough to save the 2 wounds, and then I didn't manage to do a single wound neither to the Dryads, and I just win because I was at the flank and the charge. He missed or failed the leadership test, and I rammed them down. So I was able to kill, and the Pegasus flied out of the battlefield. On the turn 6 of Wood Elf, he just tried to shoot at my knight's unit. I think he killed 1 knight. I didn't have to do any leadership test, and here is how we finalize the battle. Picture at the end of the battle. This is the end, how we finalize. I still have all my units alive. The only one is the Pegasus that is only with the last one alive. At the end was quite important victory for Bretonnia. I won 552 points to 0 in that, so it's quite a big victory for 1,000 points game. So I think here I'm doing a little bit of recap. What give me or when I think the victory was in my side is when the knights the block of knights were at their backward, and I have a clear charge on the Glade Guard and the Wizard, because this was a bunch of points, and then the other block of knights just blocking the Dryads to go there to support, because if he had turned to support the Glade Guard, then my knights had a very good charge from the backward. I think the 3-man was in there trying to shoot, and due to the speed of my cavalry, he didn't have big opportunities to charge, and the only moment that he had the opportunity, he missed the charge. Was a little bit unfortunate because the 3-man was quite difficult to beat for my army. And that's all for this battle report. So thanks a lot for watching this battle report. Please comment, like if you like it. If you have any question, please drop there the question, or if you see any rule that have not been used correctly or something that is not clear, please let me know. I will try to clarify. I will try to improve for my next battle report. Again, apologies if the pictures were not good enough. I forgot my camera. I tried to do the best with my cell phone camera. So that's all. Again, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.